Let us welcome the fifth speaker. The fifth speaker is Miss Mizushi Akiyama.
Her speech title is Twist for a Moment. Twist for a Moment. So, Miss Akiyama, please come up to the stage.
Thank you, the Master of Ceremony and distinguished judges. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Lifelong learning. This is one of the key words in the current society. Why? Because we have to adjust ourselves to today's rapidly changing society and improve our quality of life. In this speech, I'd like to define lifelong learning as a tool that can help us have the unique experience in every age and, at the same time, a tool to prepare for the next phase in the future. Difficult, you might think. However, today, I'd like to introduce one easy and wonderful activity for our lifelong learning. What is it? The answer is tongue twisters, called 早口言葉 in Japanese. All right, I'm talking seriously. As you know, a tongue twister is a sentence or phrase that is difficult to say, especially when repeated quickly. Almost everyone thinks that it's just a play for children. But to tell the truth, it has a hidden power. So, today, I'd like to introduce the advantages of tongue twisters in line with our life step. After my speech, I want all of you here to start tongue twisters and live a better life. Let's talk first things first. Step 1, school days. By practicing the words or sentences, you can easily improve your pronunciation. Tongue twisters let us focus on pronouncing words more carefully than usual, and it leads us to speak clearly. For example, he threw 3 free throws is a sentence that is good for practicing TH and F. Red letter, yellow letter is good for L and R, which Japanese, including I, find it difficult to pronounce well. Actually, I met tongue twisters in English when I was in junior high school. Since I was not paying attention to pronunciation at all, I couldn't do tongue twisters very well at first. By learning tongue twisters, however, I could realize the importance of it. I practiced tongue twisters every day and gradually could say the phrases. Thanks to it, I could speak English more confidently than before. I still keep practicing tongue twisters and start Chinese ones as well. They are very difficult, but I can keep practicing because of its joy and convenience. Next, step 2, adulthood. Tongue twisters will lead to give a better impression. By using our face muscle, our facial expression will be richer. According to Albert Meridian, a psychologist in the US, non-verbal information like facial expression and vocal expression take 93% of all information we get. Of course, what we say is important, but we have to pay much attention to how we say it. Imagine you meet me for the first time. Which one do you prefer? First one, hello, I'm Mizushi, nice to meet you. Second one, hello, I'm Mizushi, nice to meet you. The latter one is way better, right? This is an extreme example. But we can't deny that in a business situation, giving a good impression is a great skill for us. That will help us have a smooth conversation and achieve success. Lastly, step 3, golden years. Tongue twisters will help the elderly decrease the risk of dementia. It's said that 1 out of 5 people over 65 will get dementia in 2025. According to Hideno Fukuyama, Kyoto University, our brain cells are becoming unused year by year, and that inactive cells start to die. This is one of the factors of dementia. However, tongue twisters can prevent such brain cells from dying. Since tongue twisters are different from normal conversations, our brain cells, which we do not usually use, are stimulated. Therefore, tongue twisters can be a silver bullet for the incurable disease. Let me introduce one of the best lifelong learners I've ever met. That was my dear great-grandmother. She was 101 years old and almost bedridden. However, her brain was so fine that she could give her opinions and tell me lots of interesting stories. One day, I asked her, "Why are you so bright?" And she answered, "Because I like exercising my brain. You should keep activating your brain every day, too." There, I learned that continuing brain exercises as a habit is one of the big factors of staying healthy. And I can say, tongue twisters can be that habit. So, ladies and gentlemen, now you are itching to practice tongue twisters, aren't you? Let's start together. She sees cheese. Please repeat after me. She sees cheese. She sees cheese. One more. She sees cheese. She sees. Perfect. Thank you. Wonderful. It's just one example, but you can easily find many tongue twisters online for free. Why don't you try another one while waiting for this closing ceremony? Tongue twisters will be the tools of our lifelong learning. In each phase, they will help us live a better life. When you get up, after lunch, while walking alone, before go to bed, any time is fine. Why not start this easy and wonderful activity to spice up our life? Yes, let's twist our tongue for a moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Akiyama. Now we have a question and answer session. Mr. Tamura, please.
Okay, Mizushi-san, thank you for a wonderful lesson.
Thank you.
You practice tongue twisters every day?
Yes.
How do you practice?
I'm deciding to practice when I get up one time, and when I go to university, between classes, I'm getting really sleepy. So to refresh myself, I'm doing tongue twisters. Yes.
Do you do it by yourself or do you do it with other friends?
At home, I'm living alone, so I'm doing alone. And at university, I sometimes do tongue twisters with my friends and also alone as well.
So, if I would like to start tongue twisters, what should I do? Where should I go? Like a website or there is an app for that?
Yes.
What do you recommend?
On the internet, there are some tongue twisters internet, like, for example, DMMA Kaiwa there are many tongue twisters. Yes, so, and you can search the internet and get the information for free.
Is there any kind of competition for tongue twisters?
Competition. I don't know for sure, but if there is some tongue twisters contest, I want to try
All right.
to
Okay,
participate.
I think there are so many benefits for practicing tongue twisters, and I think we should spread this practice throughout the world. And do you have any idea of how you can make it even more popular so that people in the world can practice? How would you, how can I say, make it popular?
Yeah, I think, and I want to put tongue twister in education, especially Japanese education, and there, of course, actually there are tongue twisters in the Japanese guideline in elementary school, a Japanese guideline, but they're not the main point. It's not compulsory, or but I really recommend tongue twisters. The teachers should teach the student to do tongue twisters, and not only the language classes, but also math or like science or music. It's really good to do tongue twisters as an refresh ourselves. So I really recommend tongue twisters.
Do you think if you become an expert of tongue twisters, do you think that you can make it a business?
Business?
Like, it could be a YouTuber, or how would you grab this opportunity to turn it into a business?
If I were a famous person? I really like YouTube, so I want to be the YouTuber of tongue twisters. Or like I'm measuring in education, so if I become a teacher or like related to I found a job as like related to the education. I want to spread tongue twisters to teachers.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mizushi-san. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Akiyama and Mr. Tamura. Please go back to your seat.